So welcome everyone to today's Shamans Directory Live community event. I am Tricia Bennett. I am on the Northeast coast of the United States, and I am one of the founding members of Shamans Directory, and I am honored to be your host today. For those of you who do not know us yet, Shamans Directory is an online global platform dedicated to bringing shamanic, earth-based services to the world's doorstep. We are inclusive to original people, First Nation healers, and modern-day shamanic practitioners. We are a nonprofit created for healers, teachers, clients, and the curious to offer global access to shamanic healing and teaching, and to contribute to the preservation and perpetuation of traditional and indigenous wisdom across the planet. We welcome you to visit us at shamansdirectory.com and to learn more about us. And I'll be putting some links in the chat during today's talk so that you can learn more about us. And if you're not already receiving our newsletter, you can do that and receive information about our free live events and more. And I am now going to introduce you to Ahamkara. Ahamkara Fox Arrow is a traditional and highly respected Siberian shaman and healer. He comes from the Altai Mountains of Russia, where he lives and runs a healing center. His knowledge has been directly acquired from Siberian indigenous teachers. For over 20 years, Ahamkara has been offering a variety of teaching programs to individuals and groups. His classes are aimed at improving health, personal development, and finding one's path. His summers are spent at Zivo, the healing center that he created in the Siberian forest. In winter, he often travels offering seminars in various countries throughout Europe. Ahamkara's primary goal is to offer healing to the world by helping people to heal their souls and bodies. The main focus of his healing practice is to restore the harmonious functioning of internal organs, to rid his clients of chronic diseases using methods based on the authentic, ancient, and holy knowledge of his ancestors who lived in harmony with nature. So a number of us at Shamans Directory have taken Ahamkara's course in organ massage, and I consider that the physical earth-based side of his work. And I personally use his techniques almost every day. He is a truly wonderful teacher, and so I'm eager to hear him share today about the spirit-led side of his work in bringing us his program on the 4 great spirits. So there are many ways to learn about Ahamkara's work and to reach out to him, and I will be putting all of those links in the chat for you today. And if you like this program and you want to share it, it will be posted on our YouTube channel within 24 hours with all the links to connect with Ahamkara as well. So in typical shaman fashion, Ahamkara is joining us from his mobile office in the Altai Mountains. So welcome, Ahamkara.
Thank you for a nice introduction. And yeah, by the way, I'm in my healing center right now. That's why I'm in mobile office, because internet is a little bit difficult here. But I hope everything will be fine with the connection. For the moment, it sounds good. If I get freezing for a short while, you just tell me that I need to repeat the last part. About myself a little bit, I already say a lot about me. I want to confirm that it's my destiny to help people, and helping by doing healings, also helping by doing teachings, share the knowledge, and the knowledge what I learn from other shamans, from my teachers, and also knowledge what I receive by the life experience. That's what I do, and that's what makes me happy, and that's what I really enjoy. And if I try to do something else, it doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, it works a bit, but not bring me so much joy and happiness. That's why I say it's not real. And my wisdom is from Siberia, from Altai. Siberia is huge, yeah. And if you imagine a globe, Altai region, it's a place where four countries come together. It's China, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, and Russia. If you imagine these four countries together, it's actually near that place of connection. We have a holy mountain, which called Beluga Mountain. And this place is really a special goal for many shamans who do pilgrimage to bring the offers and to connect with this place. I do once a year in the summertime, usually travel to Altai. If you like, you can join. Of course, now many people are afraid to travel to Russia, but actually it's not any blockages. People get easily visa. And you can travel. And it's Altai is really far away from European part of Russia. Yeah. What else I would like to say before I start to talk about our main subject? Main subject is the four big spirits. I want to say about healing place. What I built actually right now. I'm here. It's a springtime. It's a warm day today. First mosquitoes wake up. Quite big big ones, and we try to feed them that they are not disappeared yet, because it's a lot of birds coming here for summer to eat and to get babies. It's really busy in the summertime. And also I want to say that for me, shamanism, it's not only ritual ceremonies. For me, shamanism is also a connection with nature and connection with the spirits. Nature spirits, because generations of the world, people have been connected with the nature spirits, and nature for us, it's like being at home. Yeah. Being at home, and you can recognize that when you just get out of the city life and then just get in a really beautiful nature, and not only walking there, but really can stay a few days. That's great. And that's what I recommend many people to, if you have time, to find the possibility to be in the nature. And that will be the best, one of the best healings. And that's also why I built it in the middle of nowhere to get to my place. It's a little challenge, really almost no road, so you need to take a little bit bumpy road. And about the subject today, it will be interesting, I think, for you to understand, because it's connected with the philosophy of Altai Shamanism, Altai tradition. Like in North America, they have a medicine wheel. I think you hear about it. Medicine wheel, it's for wind directions, yeah. For it's also exists in South American shamanism. We see it a little bit different. We also have four big spirits, like four worlds, we say like that, which is also, you can imagine like a circle, and see them in different parts of the circle, like up, down, right, and left. Yeah, that will be also a four big spirits from my tradition. And of course, we have a creation story. Maybe at the end, I will tell about it. If some questions comes up, you don't need to wait till the end of our meeting. You can also ask that straight away in the chat, and Tricia will read them for me, and yeah, announce. Then I will answer. Otherwise, it can collect too many questions, and we can forget some of you. Like if I'm telling, then you can just write if you not understand or you want to know more details about this or that. All right, four big spirits. Yeah, it's like spirits, what we say, organize our life, and the life what we're living it's actually like maybe it's a strange way to say, but a family business of these four big spirits, because they are like relatives, yeah, in between each other. Like we say, Tengri is a father, Umai is a mother, and Erlik and the Ulgen, it's a spirit like brothers, yeah. And actually, that's why I say family business, because it's in our philosophy we see it as a family, and those spirits actually bring a lot of kind of structure what we're living, and understanding how they work. It can give us a lot of answers for the questions, because often we just ask, why should I suffer so much? For example, I don't want to suffer and I have to suffer, yeah. And actually, if you understand the system of the phobic spirits, you understand why you have to suffer, or why you suffer more than other people, for example. And actually why we have to suffer, what's actually it's giving to us, yeah. I try to explain you today, because we have I think enough time for that. And first spirit what I would like to start, it's a spirit of underworld, underground world. A spirit, his name is Erlik. It's like two brothers, one spirit of the underworld, another spirit of the sky. But of course, for many people, even in Altai, Erlik spirit, it's look like a bad spirit, yeah, or spirit who bring a negative. But actually, we don't see him as a bad spirit. Like shamans don't see him as a bad spirit. We just see him as a spirit would bring troubles, problems, transformation, changes, challenges. But it's not bad, because it's a part of our life. Okay, you just put full text about Erlik, yeah. And yeah, that's a part of our life. And if we find a good connection with Erlik spirit, then our life will be much more predictable, and we have less suddenly discomfort, or suddenly problems. Predictable, yeah, it's like it's easy going, but you cannot completely get rid of transformation in your life. It's really part of life, because even if you do breathe out, like you do breathe in, you receive something new, yeah. And when you do breathe out, you let go something old. It's mean you have to breathe, yeah. It's mean connection with air like anyway will be exist, even just doing breathing. Also, I think you go to toilet sometimes too. Maybe that's not the best example, but it's also a form of letting go, like you cleaning your body, which shouldn't stay inside. Yeah, and that's a big problem for the hospitals, for the people who cannot get to the toilet. Yeah, it's like it's blocking, and then everything is inside, and this is you need air leak. Yeah, air leak is it's a big quality, or air leak power. We learn from air leak how to let go, and actually this knowledge most of the people are not learning from school, or we're learning it from life. Yeah? And we're learning it by losing something. Like when we lose something, we learn to accept it. And when you accept that you let go something, then that's the lesson. And unfortunately, people are not really good. Of course, some people very good about letting go, but some people have troubles to do that. And it can be realized in many different ways. Like we can take our physical body, then you get like constipation, you can get overweight, you can get something else inside your body, which is also connected with that process. We can take your house, and in the house also you can be collecting many stuff, which is maybe some they are stay in your house. Also, sometimes you think, oh, nice to clean my house, but I'm I cannot clean because I cannot let it go. Yeah, this is also difficult sometimes. And of course, it's about relation as well, because we everything moving, everything changing, and people with organizations, and sometimes difficult to let go action with people and some organization, even if you know that is not good for you, and you know that it's time to finish. Still, it's very difficult. I remember myself, like just before I took the path of the shaman, I was working in a factory, and I have to leave the factory because you cannot combine. You have to go to the forest. You have to travel to another like region even, and I have to let go my job. And my job was in the factory, and it was only like 1.5 years I was working there. And I thought it will be easy, but in the moment when you have to really let it go, it was so difficult. And you realize a moment when you, before to let go, it's most difficult. Like many people, when they're drinking alcohol or smoking, they say, oh, I can easily stop it. But in the moment when they decide to stop it, they realize how big this addiction could be. And the same, it can happen in relation. I know many people, they live together in a partnership, like, but they feel like it's time to finish, but they cannot finish. It's like many things is holding people together. And yeah, that letting go is really a big thing, what we need to learn in this life. And then faster you will learn that, then more lighter your life will be. And that's Erlik, yeah, it's Erlik spirit. If you imagine the Erlik spirit, like we have an image that is like old man with a black beard, and he have like fire around him because he's standing for earthquakes, for example. He's standing for the forest fire. He's standing for like tornadoes, and all kind of disasters what happen in the nature. And we see him sitting on the black bull. A black bull have a symbolism like it's when people hear earthquake, because in Altai Mountains, it's quite regularly. We have some earthquakes, not a big one, but small ones. And then people say, oh, that's Erlik is riding his black bull because the earth is shaking, yeah, like that. And all other disasters is also connected with Erlik. It's a big ones, yeah, like earthquake or forest fire, but exist the small ones, like if you take your health condition, and if you become sick, doesn't matter what, maybe flu, maybe cold, maybe some chronic illness, it's also a form of, and yeah, Erlik is also joining us in that way. And we used to say like that, Erlik coming to you and coming intensively to you when you forget to give some offers to Erlik. And offers, actually, it's a moment of letting go. It's like if you're cleaning your house, it's offer to Erlik, let's say like that. If you're cleaning even your digital space, because now we have telephones, computers, sometimes it's also a lot of stuff in there too, and it also can be clean, for example, as well. And of course, also early connected with this suffering of life, and, and possible to completely get out of, to make them less intense or less stressful. For example, people who do regularly some exercise for the body, for example, walking, yeah, like every day you're walking. I'm also walking every day. This is my habit, positive habit. I love to walk in the forest. And if you do it regularly, it doesn't bring much discomfort. It's like actually give you much more positive, because you can breathe fresh air, you can walk. Of course, when it's -30 outside, that's a little bit discomfortable, or maybe it's rain outside is also discomfortable. But anyway, you work with your muscles, and maybe at the end of the walk, you feel a little bit tired and a little bit discomfort, but it's just a bit. But a positive much more than suffering. It means you bring your discomfort daily into your life, little by little, and you make happy Ehrlich. Ehrlich become happy about you, that you first let go of things, cleaning. Second, you bring some discomfort to your life, reasonable discomfort. And it can be also, sometimes people practice diets or fasting, intermediate fasting, for example. There's many ways to make Ehrlich happy, but we should do that. And opposite, like people who is lazy, who is not moving enough, who is just sitting or lying down all the time, then of course they collect a big credit from the Ehrlich. Big credit, it's mean like you have to give too much. And then of course Ehrlich coming to you suddenly as a big stress, some illness or some trouble in your life. And in that moment when you have the trouble, you actually pay that credit back, just to explain, yeah. And if we not take a big credit from Ehrlich and we just always keep that balance, then our life become much more predictable and also more easygoing, because you know how much you should give. And of course, if you have already huge credit from Ehrlich, you shouldn't do too much in one time, because it's also can be too stressful. Take your time and step by step begin to organize your life. And that's also included the healing process, because many people understand the healing process as just like, okay, shaman, take a drum, jumping around and give some herbs, give some medicine, and then I feel better. And I'm doing the same lifestyle and nothing, everything is good. Actually, it's not true, because shaman can, of course, influence in one ritual somehow and give some impulse to healing. But anyway, like the deepest healing happen in the moment when you begin to include some wisdom into your life. Because we say like that, if you get sick, if you get some problems, you create it by yourself, by doing something, yeah, in life. And if you're not going to change that, what you did before, yeah, it's difficult to change the life, something like that. And yeah, Ehrlich is also connected with the past. Past, that's something which is already happened. We say like it's past is behind us, future is in front of us. And when we die, actually our memory about us, it's stay in the past, yeah, something like that. All our life experience, what we have, it stay in the past. And for that reason, if we connect with our ancestors and we want to know about them qualities, about them knowledge, about them power, we actually connect with the underworld mostly, because the memory about them is stay there. And yeah, past also can be dangerous if you do too much connection there. Like some people who have like nostalgia about like, oh, like I know some people around me, it's all the people who was born in the Soviet Union time, and that say like, oh, that was so beautiful time. It was so, it's like they always remember about the prices, about the way they say everything was so cheap, everything was nice, and I can do this and I can do that, and now I cannot do that. Yeah, it's like a nostalgia. They was young, they was having good life, and now they just living in that time by put them constantly to the past. Yeah, and they forget to live in the present. And later we will talk about the present and umai, but past, it's we say can be a big vampire if you too much focus about it. Of course, if you sometimes work with the past and you transform something, or you take a knowledge, some wisdom from your ancestors, that's okay. Yeah, it's not a problem. But if you really stuck in the past, like you really constantly think how beautiful life was before, that's can be dangerous, because you cannot live in the past. Past is already done. Yeah, you can live in the present, in this moment, and that's why we have to be careful also with that subject. For example, I know some people really begin to be too focused about cleansing, cleansing of the body, cleansing of the gallbladder, cleansing of the liver, you know, cleansing of everything, from parasites, from fungi, from whatever. There's like huge field of that. And of course, Ehrlich always working through the fear. For example, like if Ehrlich want to catch you, it's always using a fear to scare you. Yeah, actually, they say like even spiritual people, like spiritual healers, sometimes using that technique too. But I'm not really support that. I think it's not nice, because it's manipulation. Yeah, like you first scaring the person, and then you selling something to that person. You say, okay, you have a parasites, yeah, and now you need to buy anti-parasite cleansing. Of course, we we all have parasites, because they're kind of flying around us, and if you start too much cleaning yourself, it's a little bit the same like nostalgia. Yeah, it's also bring you constantly into the fear and constantly into the connection with Ehrlich, and then you cannot enjoy life anymore, because you just take one cleansing and then say, oh, good, yeah, I feel better, I feel good. But then you look maybe a video about parasites and then say, oh, I didn't clean from that parasites, didn't clean from that fungi and from that bacteria. And then it can be never ending process. And I know some people who really stuck into that kind of thing. And also I saw many people, I don't want to say something bad about psychologues, but some people get also addicted of psychologues, like they working with the past, and then every time they're working with a new subject, a new subject, a new subject, and some people going to the psychologue sometimes for I don't know, 10 years, for example. And of course, they have a progress, but it's also can be stuck if you only work in the past. Yeah, that's why we say it's also important to work with the present. Yeah, it's important to work with the future, and not only with the past, because in that way, uh, 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 psychologist. Yeah, thank you. Uh, Psychologist, and I know many psychologists, and some of them my friends, and many of them they are good people, but exist many different direction in that field. And I know some clients who really get stuck in the past by constantly working and working and working with different subject, or same subject, just coming in a different sides of that. A good friend of mine, he's even he started to work with a psychologist, and then he started to learn about psychology himself. Like he finished like 5-year education about it. Now he have all the degrees, but he's still working in the same subject what he started, and that's a little bit too much. Yeah, actually, Ehrlich, its spirit is how to recognize if you have too much Ehrlich in your life. Then you recognize that something is too much for you. Too much noise, too much people, too much money, I don't know, too much high fever, or this. If something is too much, like even if you eat food too much, yeah, like maybe some people say apples is very healthy, but if you eat, I don't know, 20 apples, maybe it will be too much for you, and you can also get Ehrlich, yeah, because Ehrlich will activate, I don't know, some pain in your stomach or diarrhea or whatever else. And actually, everything what is too much is attract Ehrlich, we say like that. And we have to watch for the balance, yeah, because I remember someone say like everything can be poison and everything can be medicine, yeah, and small thing, poison thing, maybe it's just a little bit like a drop can be medicine for you. a little more, it can be a really deadly poison for you. But also healthy things like apples. Yeah, I didn't know that before, but some months ago, I get to know about that if you drink a little bit too much water, you can die as well. Like it's I think about 5 liters or something. If you drink in one day or in one time, you can simply die from water. Because everywhere people say like drinking water, it's very healthy, it's very positive and very nice, but actually if you take too much water, you even can simply die. And of course, if you have lack of water, you also have some troubles. That's why early it's always with too much. And if you recognize that something is too much in your life, immediately you need to find the way to pray for early. And what does it mean to pray for Ehrlich? It's not the same like in church. Praying in shamanism, in my view, it's a way to visualize. And usually when we pray for Ehrlich, we pray for letting go. Because sometimes it's very difficult to let go straight away. Yeah, for example, you decide to clean your house and you have, I don't know, old box with old stuff, I don't know, magic box. And you're holding this box and you ask yourself, oh, one part of you say you have to let it go. Another part to say, no, this is your memory. This is your postcards. This is your photos. This is from your ancestors and things like that. Yeah. And one part of you say you don't need it. You never touch it. You another side say, no, yeah, it's your memory. And for that reason, sometimes we used to pray for Ehrlich, just to preparing ourselves to make that step. And the prayer then take this box straight away and throw it to the garbage. No, first you visualize that process, like you imagine that you take this box and carry it to the garbage place, for example, and in your dream, you already do that, yeah? And when you do it in your dream, maybe one time, maybe 2 times, depends how important the thing is, yeah, for you. Then after a while coming what we call acceptance, like you say, I'm ready for that, yeah? I'm ready to let go of this box. And then in real life, you can just take it and easy can do that. And that's what shamanic prayer is. And the same happen not only with the material objects, but the same happen with anything else. Same happens, for example, in relationship. Like you can let go, or yeah, you can let go of relationship as well by doing that. Is it okay with my connection? Because from my side,
it's a bit spotty, but we're getting it.
Okay. I will recognize that because sometimes picture gets freezing, and then I know that it's connection. And what I want to do now, maybe we can make a short dreaming or like short prayer for a few minutes about early, and then we can do it for each spirit. Then you know how, in a simple way, to connect with early. And I simply ask you to close your eyes and just observe your life. Observe different parts of your life, your relations, your house, your work, your service, what you do, whatever else, just observing. And then try to find out what is too much for you, what can be changed, what can be, what you can let go, what you can clean, yeah, what you can change. It can be one thing, it can be a few things, it can be very big, it can be very small, yeah. But try to find out what you would like to let go, what you would like to change in your life. As I say, if it's a big thing, maybe you need to pray for it like a few times, yeah, not one time, but maybe next days or weeks or months, you need to pray a bit more. For example, if somebody wants to change them job, it's a big step, like let go the job what you maybe work 10 years, yeah, it's hard to let go. but it's also possible because you feel like it's time for that. Choose something, and next step, by keep your eyes closed, you visualize, like you imagine that you do it with the help of Erlich, with the help of Erlich spirits from underworld. They help you to let go what you want to let go, and what is time to let go, or what is time to clean. It can be also cleansing of your body, like you can see yourself like doing fasting, or you can see yourself doing some diet, what can help you too, because it's also a form of cleansing. Anything what, yeah. Just imagine it. And when you imagine it, you think to imagine it and have stress to let go. And another way, it's imagine it and also kind of say, okay, it's time to let it go. And acceptance, it's the kind of inner peace. Like you try to find that inner peace inside yourself. And yeah, that will be a good prayer for Erlich spirit. Erlich would be really appreciate your prayer. And then you will get some help, like you get support from Erlich on that subject. But as I say, you can repeat your prayer once in a while to do it. And in some moment you will feel, okay, this is a time to do it in real life. Yeah. Like it's a preparation before you do it in real life. Of course, if you want to do vacuum cleaning in your house, you don't need to pray for Erlich. You just take it and do it. Yeah. But if it's something bigger, then that's good to do it. And at the end, Phil, thank you for Erlich spirit, and open your eyes. If some questions comes up about our first part of meeting, it's about Erlich, yeah, feel free to ask. Also, I would say like that, a little add to the Erlich subject. Erlich, we see like a lowest frequency. And that's why if we get in stress, in depression, and problems, it's always connected with low frequency. And it's also connected with the feelings lost. Like many people who get lost, they actually stalk with the Erlich energy. Yeah, because when you're lost, it's also mean that energy is very low. And sometimes people come to me and ask, what should I do to change it? How to find my way? How to know what to do? I say just start to raise your frequency, and then coming a moment, then you know everything what to do. It's like if your energy is lower in Erlich, then you're really lost because you're underground. You cannot see nothing. Yeah, it's only darkness around you. But when you're rising your frequency up and you get to the level of Mother Earth Umay, then you know, like suddenly you know what to do. Yeah? And that's, I'm sure you recognize that with yourself, like when the problem coming, first feelings, what you feel, it's forever, it's never ending, and it's like really, like a long time will be with you. But every problem is finished in some moment, somehow, yeah. And that's why, yeah, first of all, we have to say, yeah, it will finish, and I just need to raise my frequency, and that's it. Okay. Rise frequency if you lost. Yeah, it's a good sign. You can write it down. If you lost, rise your frequency. And it works even if you lost in the forest, yeah? Because people, when actually, by the way, I'm standing in the forest, which is having like a few hundred kilometers in a few ways. There's no villages, there's no cities in my area. Many people, when the mushroom season is coming, people come to collect mushrooms, they get lost simply in the forest. And first they get panic. of course, panic, stress, your energy get down, and you cannot find a way. But if you're raising your frequency, start, I don't know, dancing, for example, praying for the sky, and find some positive in life, then the chance to get out of that situation is bigger. Okay. If you have questions, you put it in chat. Tricia will read it, and I go further with the next spirit. It's the spirit of Mother Earth, Umai. Sometimes we say Mother Nature, Mother Earth, Umai. For us, it's the name of the spirit, and it's a middle world. It's like, yeah, actually the world where we live. It's a world of the plants, a world of the people, world of the animals. It's all the life around you. It's mainly Umai, especially in nature. Yeah, because if you live in the big city, sometimes it's can be also ehrlich in the big cities, because too much noise, too much stress, too much problems. And I remember that time of Corona, in the city, we went to in the Corona time, we went to my healing center, and here you cannot feel any stress, any problems. It's like you are totally in the nature. You don't need a mask because there's no one around. You really totally free. I was really appreciate that, because I can live with my family for a few months. We live all summer, actually. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but all summer we live here, and it was really lovely to feel. And when you come to city, then you feel that stress in the people. There's lockdowns. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. That's why nature is giving us that freedom. And also, Umai is standing for present. And one more thing, like if you are in present, you can be happy. If you're not in present, you cannot be happy, because, for example, many people is making a connection with happiness with some result what they have to receive. For example, I giving this lecture to you, and I say, if I finish this lecture good, I will be happy. Yeah, and it's one way. Like I put the result of that lecture with happiness. It's mean I'm waiting for the end to be happy. And another way to do it, and enjoy it, it's what Umai is teaching us, like to be happy when you are in process, when you do something. Yeah? And that's something what we also need to learn, to enjoy what you do, or simply enjoy your life. Because in these days, of course, many people focus about money, material, or part of life. And they say, like, if I get a millionaire, for example, then I will be happy. Or if I earn more money than last month, then I will be happy. This is also not the right way, because then that month what you try to earn more money, you also suffering, and you're kind of nervous and you stress if you can manage it or not. Important really to enjoy what you already have. And if your income is very small, you can enjoy that too. And if you have a simple life, you can enjoy that too. We can enjoy actually everything, because most of the time it's enough for living, enough for be happy. And our happiness is not connected with past or with the future. It's connected with the present. And that's what actually a big part of the shamanic wisdom, to learn to be in the present, to enjoy the moment. That's why nice to learn to make jokes, learn to kind of feel the moment, and feel that is a great moment. And for example, today I'm in the wildness, and the air is very clean here. And sometimes I breathe the air and I like enjoy it so much, you know, like you eat something very tasty and you can breathe that as well. Like I breathe and I say, oh, so good. Yeah. It's like, I really enjoy it. And I was in the moment because I enjoy it in the moment. And now I'm enjoying it with being with you and share with you this wisdom about phobic spirits. And thank you for being here and participate in this meeting. And also thank you for Shaman's directory to organize that. Lovely. What else about Umai? Umai is standing for healing, because Umai having qualities, like 4 main qualities as love, is protection, but I would like to say like to be safe, because these days many people not feel safe and question why they don't feel safe, because they miss the connection with Umai. And I always remember that meeting with one Buddhist guy. He's really a good Buddhist. He have a very much respect from people, and he have a really open heart, a good man. He was study from Dalai Lama for some years. And then first question what he asked me, what are you doing to protect yourself? And I say, I don't do nothing, actually, I just feel safe. Why should I protect myself? And you say, oh, how possible? Because I constantly feel some attacks to me from this, like they have a name for this, devils or evils, I don't know, but some bad spirits is attacking. And he say, I read the mantras and I spend at least 1 hour a day, he say, just to protect myself from that. I say, but I just feel safe and that's not, nobody attack me, because fear is like Herlick, fear is attract attacks to you, yeah? Or and another way around, if you feel love and feel good and happy and positive, it's not attract any attacks. It's like, it depends of your frequency, you attract this or that spirits. And when I feel safe, actually, I'm not attract bad spirits. I'm not want to say that I never feel fear or I never have bad mood or whatever. It's happened too. And then I also attract that as well. But in that moment when he asked me, I feel very good. And I say, I don't do anything, because in my tradition, we say we don't need to do anything for protection if you connect to Umai, because Umai actually protect you. You are in that field of love, we say, and that's the best form of protection. Yeah, it's another big subject, how to protect yourself, but it's connected with the subject of Umai. Again, it's love energy is being safe. It's also happiness, like joy, happiness, and it's also beauty or balance. Because in my view, or like in our view, my tradition, we say beauty it's balance. Because if you look at the nature, for example, in nature everything is beauty. And why? Why it's beauty? Because it's have a certain proportions. Everything is created by this proportions. Maybe you remember this golden cat, that flower of life, or that picture of Leonardo da Vinci, where he also make that proportions. And yeah, in nature, actually, everything what you look, it's look beautiful. Of course, it can be some ugly places, like after the fire, or can be some dead trees. That's could be. But if you look at the living trees, living animals, actually, by the way, it's very hard to find a fat wolf in the forest, yeah, or I don't know, fat deer, and they carry the beauty energy. But if you're going to the city life, you can easily find a fat dog, for example, because the dog has already participated in like partly human life, and then it's get influence and yeah, get more Erlich. For that reason, yeah, to be connected with Umai, it's a way to be healthy, it's a way to be happy and to feel protected, feel safe, and to feel love. actually a lot of profit. Yeah, Fat Wolf. Yeah. A lot of profit you can receive by connecting with Umai, and that's what actually we try to do, yeah, practically. And Tricia say about my course about healing of internal organs, and actually our belly connected with Umai. So actually belly it's center of your life force, and maybe you hear it also from other tradition. For example, in China they say it's like energy of qi, yeah, qigong, yeah, that's connected with this energy too. And when we work with the healing energy, we are trying to relax the organs in the belly, and actually generally relax the belly, that life energy is circulating well, and it can prevent a lot of chronic illnesses, also can prolong life, and it also can heal already exist problems in your body, your belly, and you can check your belly maybe right now already and touch your belly and sense how your belly feels like. Is it relaxed or is it tense? Is it painful or is it comfortable? And that's already can give you some information through that. Yeah? Okay. What else about Umai? As I say, it's a present. It's, if you take 4 seasons as a summer, summertime is everything is full, yeah, full flowers, everything green, everything full of life, full of joy, full of power. That's a time of Umai. And of course, most of the wishes of people standing at Umai level, like we all want to be healthy, strong, safe, positive. That's our task. But not always it's possible, because also exist other spirits, especially Elik, which is try to always interfere, yeah, to that. Yeah? That's part of life, and that's like connection between them, like a struggle. One spirit makes stronger another spirit. We can see it also in our body, like your immune system, for example, it's connected with Umai, Mother Earth, because your immune system is protecting you. It's like your protection. And Ehrlich, it's all that kind of parasites, bacteria, viruses, which constantly want to attack you. And then your immune system is trained by Ehrlich, actually. Because I hear exist some factories which is very sterile, because they produce something like very fine materials, and when there's no bacteria there. They clean the air that is very pure, and those workers, they have to go out of that rooms because it's too clean, and then immune system get really not working, and then it's dangerous for them. That's mean like after couple of hours, every time they have to leave to the normal air, just breathe all that bacteria, viruses that immune system keep working and practicing. Yeah, that's actually another answer why Ehrlich is important, because Ehrlich is helping you to enjoy life, because everything is like a contrast. Yeah, like you can see light because exists darkness. Yeah, something like that. It's like a contrast, like opposites. Yeah. And one side is stimulate other side. Yeah, it's mean if you fasting. I remember when I fasting. After the fasting, the food becomes so tasty, incredible. Like you're just eating rice without salt, without nothing, and there is like explosion of taste in your mouth. You think, oh my God, yeah, that's really a great thing. But it's happened because you fast, yeah. But if you just eat rice normally, you just need salt, you need spices, you need put a lot of things to make it tasty, yeah. And everything is like a contrast, yeah. And now I want you to do a little prayer for Umai. What the prayer for Umai? We're not asking anything from Umai. We just reflecting what we really appreciate about our life, what we already have in this moment. Yeah. Actually, you can appreciate that you're still alive. You can appreciate that you have such nice people around you, such a good, I don't know, connections, food, yeah, warm house, yeah, a car, yeah, whatever. It's many things we actually have, and we can appreciate that. And now I just simply ask you to close your eyes and again observe your life and ask yourself, what do I have? And it's not like personally for you, yeah, your clothes, your house, but it can be sunrise. It can be people, your neighbors. You also have your neighbors because they're living around you. You're not owner of them, but you have your family members, you have your work, you have your service, what you do. There's many things that you already have. Try to express your thank you for that, your appreciation for that, and show for Umai how much you like it, how much you really appreciate it. You can just imagine it as a pictures, or you can just say that inside yourself. Like, I love my kids, for example, so much, and thank you that I have them. Or I love this beautiful nature around me, and it's great. I really appreciate that. I love my house. I love my whatever. I'm sure you have enough to be thank you. And actually, to be thank you, it's a prayer for Umai. And the thing is that we're not asking anything in this prayer. We only thank you for what is already exist, because that's already part of our life. It's already exists in our life, and we just need to say thank you. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. One more time, thank you for Umai, that she's around and she's take care of us. We see her as a big mother for all of us. She's Mother Earth, and she's take care of plants and animals and humans as well. And that's what we can always feel. Because if you even take our planet, yeah, if you go a little bit underground, like just a few meters underground, it's not possible to live there. Yeah, this is get hot and warm and dark, and if you go up a little bit, yeah, just maybe there's lack of oxygen. There's not possible to live. Actually, it's only that very small place, that biological kind of life of our planet, that's possible to live, and possible to live really great. Some places a bit colder, like Siberia, some places a bit warmer, like in some African countries, but still everywhere possible to live and enjoy. All right. Any questions if you have about Umai, feel free to ask. And I'm going to the next spirit. It's a spirit of the sky, Ulgin. Sky for us, it's a future. Future, it's something what is coming to us, yeah. And of course, many people want to know about future, and they try to find some people like who predict the future, like take an oracle, take a prediction, take some message about future. I think it's mostly people who less confidence about themselves, and also who don't have their own plans for life. Because actually, if you have your own vision and plans for life, then you don't need a prediction, because you know what happened, because you're already going this path and you're clear on your path. Because if you listen to the prediction of other people, of course you can get a quite support, and if you hear the same what you already plan, it can give you like extra confirmation for that. But if you hear something which is opposite, it can make you stress. And for that reason, I would say like that, better to plan your future by yourselves and give someone else to plan it for you. Something like that. Take it in your hands. It's your path, it's your way, and bring your kind of vision, what you want. Of course, maybe not everything will happen, but a lot of it, what you plan, will be happen. And that's what already many people tell me. We have a special communication with the sky. You can make a wish book for that. A wish book, it's a book, not a book where you put your wishes for the future. And that's work a little bit the same as a wish board. Maybe you hear about that wish board where you put some pictures about your future. Some people do it for a year, but you can also do it for a longer period of time. It's like till the end of your life, because you can even plan your way of dying, because most of the people, they never think about death, but it's also will come to our future too, because nothing is forever, and in some moment we have to die as well. And it's nice to have an idea how you would like to do it, because if you not plan it, then it's happen unplanned, yeah. And many people die from suffering, from illnesses, from whatever. But if you plan to die in a nice and comfortable way, in a nice place, and yeah, it would be a good plan too. Yeah, you don't need to plan exactly the amount of years what you live, but you can at least plan the process itself. Yeah. And we say like that, future is not fixed. It's exist many ways, many paths in the future. It's mean from the present exist many directions which you can take. But most of the time people not using that possibility, because exist one time track which is like you follow. And this time track is connected with the past, because exist your path in the past. And this path, it's like a line, yeah? It's prolonging to the future. If you just take what has already happened with you in the past and make a line from it, and prolong this line, it will be time track what most of the people living. It's mean our past creating our future, something like that. Because all what we believe, all what we kind of know, what we are living, it's beginning. You need to, I'll say, you need to change the time track. It's quite difficult because it's a process, yeah. And for us, Ulgin standing, if you take it as a seasons, it's a springtime. Like in my place, it's beginning of the spring. It's a time when everything starts growing, everything start to begin to comes up, like leaves, like grass, like flowers. First flowers came up. Yeah, that's springtime. It's also morning. We need something new, something what is not exist in our life. Like if you're single and if you're looking for the husband or wife, that's a perfect moment to ask help from the sky, from the Ulgin, because Ulgin for us is a sky. And everything what you want to experience, everything what you want to connect and receive, this is Ulgin, this is sky. And few things to understand how to connect with Ulgin. First of all, you have to be clear what you want, because actually that's the biggest problem. People don't know what they want, and sometimes they know what they don't want, yeah, especially about healing, yeah. They say, I don't want to be sick, yeah? Okay, but if you're not sick, what you want then? Yeah, and that's often happen, like you're not clear with yourself, and how spirits can help you if you don't know yourself what do you want. Like if I'm an Ulgin, for example, and you come to me and say something and I don't understand you, of course I will not help you, because I need to understand what is your uh, what is your goal, where you want to go. And when you make it clear your vision, what you want and where you go, that's already halfway. Yes, I like that. And this for the spirits much easier to help you. Second step, you manifest this and send it to the sky. And it's can be like painting. It can be just like writing text. That's why we do it as a wish book. Wish book. It's a place where you put up your goals. Uh, Also possible to do it in a ceremony, like a ritual. Send your wish to the sky. Yeah, Ulgin, it's very high frequency which is connected with the inspiration, connected with the creativity. It's like difficult to connect with the Ulgin if you have an Ehrlich energy. It's like your energy is very low, and it's like opposite. Yeah, that's why often people use stimulators like narcotics, for example, because a narcotic can push you from very low energy of Ehrlich to very high energy of the Ulgin. And then you feel inspiration, you feel creativity, you feel happy, you feel like enjoying life. But then, of course, it's like a racket. First it's coming up and then it's follow down, yeah? And then you follow down again, and then you again need the stimulator. But of course, the best way to manage it by yourself with what actually spiritual development is, like you learn to raise your frequency. And in my opinion, drumming, rhythm of the drum is really one of the best way to do that. It's like if you feel heavy, you can start drumming and you can raise your frequency. Or you can come to nature, because nature is also rising your frequency. You can start dancing. It's also a great technique to raise your energy to the Ulgi. Yeah, and also, of course, people who have that quality of the energy, they can also pulling you up. Yeah, like if you have friends, people what you know, they can also lifting you up to help you with that. All right, that's about the Ulgin. Maybe we can also do some prayer for Ulgin. It's also close your eyes, please, and just try to imagine or feel what you need new in your life. Yeah, maybe you want to visit some places in the world. Maybe you want to experience some connection with some people or with some places, some energies, some spirits. Maybe you want something very practical and down to earth, like to heal your body or to I would say to connect with something in this life. Maybe material things, maybe buy a house, maybe get a new car. That's also huge, and that's also something what can be important for you. And just imagine that. Yeah, imagine what you are looking for, and Ulgin can read your mind straight away. Like if you clear what you are looking for, then Ulgin can help you with that. And if something is not important for you, maybe not important the color of the car, then you don't need to focus about that. You can just focus about something else, just the car. And also, if you're looking for relationship for the husband or wife, maybe this is also something is important, like a quality, like to be connected, to have open heart, yeah. And then you can imagine that and skip something which is not so important for you. That's the way. And yeah, when you visualize that, you fix your focus for a very short while about what you're looking for, and also feel like it's exists in this world already. You just need to find the way to that. Yeah? It's not something what is not exist and never possible to receive. It is exist, it's already exist, and in the dream world you already can connect it with it. And then if you connect it in the dream world, you can also find the connection in material reality as well. That's for sure. All right. And when you're ready, so thank you for the Ulgin to take your message, to take your prayer, take your vision of the future, and open your eyes. And another thing what I want to say, like same as Ehrlich, like if you too much in the Ehrlich, it can create problems, but if you too much in the future, it also can make problems too. For example, some people living what we call an alternative reality, like exist material reality, like it's your physical body, it's your house, I don't know. But also exists a dream reality like fantasy. For example, some people like to fantasize and they're living in that fantasy, and they make a separation between material reality and the dream fantasy world. Yeah. And that's, if you write a book about, I don't know, Lord of the Rings, for example, then it's okay because that's your materialization happened through the books. Yeah. Like you write it as a story. But if you just simply enjoy your life in the dream world and then come back to the material world and a little bit upset because it's not so nice as there, this is already becoming dangerous because you are living and not in the like connected dream world and material world, but you separated them. And from that moment, it can start quite some problems. And in shamanism, we always say, like, we materialize the dream come true to the reality. And we connect the dream world of the Ulgin and world of the Umai, and we bring that dreams come true. And that's our job, actually. And that's what you have to remember. Don't separate them, but connect them, yeah? Like if you dream about something, you also try to materialize that. This is part of balance. Because if you separate it, it will be disbalance and it will bring quite some discomfort. All right, now next spirit, the last one, it's a high spirit, Tengri. We're going from the lowest frequency to the highest frequency, and Tengri is a high spirit. It's the highest frequency what exists. It's a frequency what people call in a different tradition, in a different way. It's like a moment when you feel connection with all what exists. It's like you connect on this level with all universe, and all the wisdom become open for you. Like you know everything, you know answers for all the questions. Yeah, and sometimes people reach that level when they use ayahuasca, for example, or they use some other plants, stimulators. They can reach this level. But again, if you use something, you become dependent from it, and it's difficult to reach by yourself. My opinion, that is nice to find the way to Tengri, also through your own experience, and we can reach that through the deep trance. Like when we are in trance, we can also reach this level of Tengri. Again, Tengri is a high spirit. It's like in many tradition, what people call God. We say creator, yeah. Like, and Tengri create the structure. Like Ulgin is creating the future, yeah. But Tengri is creating the structure of our universe, and Tengri is that universe. It also belongs, actually exists inside of all of us. But that part we need to connect, because exists like different layers. And the highest level, it's Tengri. And of course, the goal of most of the spiritual tradition, also in shamanism. It's to reach that level and reach Tengri, and by living on the earth life, because after the death, our soul directly go to Tengri, and that's what people see after the death experience, like a tunnel with the light. Actually, this light, it's what we call ocean of Tengri, and then when you reach that light, you're becoming that light, yeah, and that's what we describe like ocean of Tengri. And if you look at the seasons, for example, winter time, a time when everything is now in Siberia, there's no leaves on the trees, it's everything freezing and snow. We see it as a Tengri time. And another time of Tengri, it's a night time. Sleep, it's also sleep, it's also you separating, and you also get a connection with Tengri too. It's a Tengri time is timeless, actually. There's no time. Like we say past, it's Erlik, present is Umay, future is Ulgin, and the Tengri is timeless. And it's kind of time flows different there, and that's what I already say. You can reach that level by deep trance, because people in the deep trance, they can sense time totally different. Like in Rio, maybe it's only 5 minutes gone, but in the deep trance, they can live like a life of the wolf. I have it. One of my students, when we practicing deep trance, he just get in trance. And when he get back after 10 minutes from this deep trance, first question he asked, how long time we was there in the trance? I say 10 minutes plus minus. He say like, oh, it's not possible, because I used to live a life of the wolf, from being a baby wolf to becoming old wolf, yeah. And I live that life in this 10 minutes, actually. I experience actually life of the wolf, yeah. And that's what timeless is. Like you can reach the level of Tengri, and then you can experience in very short time in our reality something very long. For example, life of the wolf. That's a Tengri. And prayer for Tengri, it's a silence. Like if we pray for Ulgin, we ask something for the future, but with Tengri, it's try to be empty. Empty not only by not talking, but also empty to not thinking. And not talking is not difficult, but not thinking is quite difficult. And exists special exercise what can help you to also stop your inner dialogue. And it's simple, you just simply a little bit moving your head like this. It's not necessary if you can stop your inner dialogue yourself, but if it's difficult to stop, you can just a little bit move. Not shaking too fast, otherwise you get dizzy. Just shaking a bit, that is enough to stop your thoughts going through. Let's try. Very shortly, like a couple of minutes, we can try to be in silence. Close your eyes and put your focus on the top of your head. That top of your head connected with the Tengri. It's like a channel to Tengri, we say. And then just give yourself time for silence. If you need to stop your inner dialogue, move your head a little bit. All right. Now you thank you for Tengri as well. And that's my story about 4 big spirits coming to the end. Of course, I can tell much more, and I do it in my education because we have like a year course, a year education. I'm just going to start it soon, on the 4th of May. There we have like 7 shifts, and one of the shifts will be about Ulgi, one about a shift about Uma. It's like really deep into the different rituals, different knowledge of each of the big spirits. What we learn, and I always have intention that shamanism for people, it's not something would separate them from them daily life. Actually, I like to combine daily life and shamanism, because I think it's very important that you not separate those 2 things, but you really integrate these 2 things. Is there a prayer for Tengri? Yes, it's a silence. That's a prayer for Tengri. And of course, you're not asking anything, you just get into that deep silence. Of course, it's good to combine it with some trance. For example, would be best way, just take a drum, get in trance, shaking the body, and then lie down, and that get in silence. That would be the best option, I think, or any other activities. Is there any other question, please?
I see one question that asks about suffering from serious illness. I know that you have a course that focuses on treating illnesses, but is there anything that you could say about the big spirits and people who have serious illness?
I would say like that, if you suffer from serious illness and you really have a lot of suffering, it's an option to find like replacement. Often what we do, like if you suffer so much, it's mean Erlik is asking that suffering from you. And what you can do, you can offer Erlik some other suffering, which is not so maybe destructive and not so deadly, not so negative, but it's also kind of suffering. Often we use fasting for that reason, because fasting is really uncomfortable. It's really give a lot of discomfort for the body. But in the same time, it's also a good replacement. And it's not only replacement for illness, it's also cleaning the karma, we say like that. If you see there is in your life going not so well, then you can also use fasting for cleaning the karma. Fasting is, in Siberia, it's one of the most powerful technique to like transform. Yeah.
Thank you.
There's
one other question that seems to be coming up everywhere these days, and I know there's no short answer for it, but do you have any suggestions for people around all of the war that's going on around the world right now, people who are living in war zones or who are worrying about loved ones?
Yeah, it's of course when you live in such a places, and when you're like influenced by the war, by some disaster what happened, it's of course activate a lot of Erlik for not one person but for the area. And in this way, it's most important to keep the connection line with the Umai, with the nature, with love, with the like not get lost completely, yeah. Because anyway, everything is finished, yeah, and the war is finished, and the problems finished, and suffering is finished. But if you lose the line to Umai, if you lost your love, you lost your connection with nature, with Umai, Mother Earth, then you will be stuck completely. Even after the problems is finished, you will get to something else, yeah, in some other troubles. And for that reason, I would advise, like, or suggest to, anyway, it doesn't matter what happens, still keep a little connection line with the energy of my Mother Earth. And it's going through love, through the beauty, through the forgiveness, through harmony, beauty. That's the way.
And there's one last question, which is similar, which is, do you know is there any prophecy about this time on Earth that you have in the Altai region in your shamanic training that explains what's happening right now on Earth with war and the current state of affairs?
We say like it's a time of the fox is changing time of the wolf. Yeah, it's like a big era. It's like a few hundred years each era is going, and we just finished the fox time, and this time is like leading us, yeah, and coming a wolf time. But the fox time don't want to leave and kind of fight with the wolf time, because fox time is a manipulation, lie, it's like abuse, and the wolf time is to be honest, it's to be free, and that's what happened now. Like people get more aware of lie, aware of abuse and manipulation, but that old patterns is hard, slowly disappeared, and they don't want to disappear. That's why that happened. Is like a changing time of change, transformation. Yeah, we are living right on the kind of border, and that's why that kind of chaos is happening. Transformation, big transformation.
Wow. So the fox is a time of lying, abuse, and manipulation. And we're moving into the time of wolf, which is honesty. And the fox is having trouble letting go.
Exactly. Yeah, that's, but it's always like that. It's like, it's not when the sun rising, it's the night slowly disappeared. Yeah, it's not disappeared in one moment. Yeah, it's like now, for example, at my place, it's end of the day, and then the light is slowly get less and less, get more dark. You can see it on my picture, and that's also slowly. It's like a process. Yeah, and same with the fox. Yeah, it's also not disappeared immediately. It would be really great if at some moment like everything's shifting and we're living in only that honesty world, but it's a process. Yeah, like wolf have to take the power, like fox losing the power and the wolf taking the power. I mean, not the totems, but the periods of ages.
So I don't know if you have a class beginning right this minute. There is one last question about your name.
We have half an hour. Yeah, if some questions exist, yeah.
Okay, great. So there is a question about your name. How did you receive your name, and what's the meaning?
I got it from my teacher, and that's really meaning like higher yourself, or what another way to say super ego, like when you recognize I am, yeah, that I exist. And I just got it from my teacher, and maybe he reads some.
Sorry, something happened with someone started a
something happened that was disappeared for.
Yeah, someone started a whiteboard. Yeah. Please don't start any boards, or I don't know how to do all that stuff, but please don't.
Somebody get bored and start the board.
Somebody's bored out there. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Ahamkara. This has been really beautiful.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And I want to maybe just use the opportunity to invite people. This summer I travel to Altai again. It's still possible to arrange the visa and travel with me. Also, I invite you to visit my healing center. It's possible to combine as well. And yeah, started 2 courses. We just begin organ massage like 2 weeks ago, possible to jump in. And also we start 4th May, this a year education about shamanism. You're very welcome. If you're interested, just contact me or Shamanic Directory, and yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. So everyone, Ahamkara is listed on Shaman's Directory. He has a profile there. We will also be posting the replay of this talk on our Shaman's Directory on YouTube channel with all of the links to reach him. And I am also really interested in the fox and the wolf time. So maybe we can get some more information from Ahamkara after this
So we
presentation.
can make another time to help,
That would
another
be
meeting for that.
great for that specific topic. Great.
Yeah.
Give us a double rattle if you're interested in that topic. Great. Thank you so much, Ahamkara. And thank you everyone for being here and spending some of your precious weekend with us. And we look forward to seeing you again soon at another live event.